Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium healer, spiritual teacher, mentor, and all those sorts of things, okay? So anyway, this is the reading for all messages, you'd like to call them, in spirit according them storytelling stories now too. So this could be your story that we are going to be talking about like right now, that you may be going through right now, or it may be something that's in the recent past that this will help you understand it and moving forward into the future. And also this may not be like resonating with you completely right now, but it may be in the next next 2 or 3 weeks, or in the next 2 or 3 months. So just like watch this space, and it just gives you a little bit of a prompt, or an awareness, depending on what is going on for you about what could be coming up for you. Okay. Um, the other thing is, if these are general reads, so if they don't resonate with you, then that's okay. There are others out there who do the same sort of thing, so they may have something, or be doing something that is more resonating with you specifically at this moment, okay, or in the near future. So yeah, if you are watching this, I just want to say thank you and thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. It just helps me to build my audience, and also to get the message out there with whatever that I'm spirit are getting me to do, and what I have what I freely choose to do as well. I love doing this work, or this passion that I do. So yeah, just by subscribing helps me to get build my channel, so I can get out there a little bit more and share what God wants me to say, Jesus, whoever, the angels, spirit, and my otherworldly energy guides and helpers would like to share with the world, with the universe, on saying that. So anyway, so like I say, this is for the star sign of Virgo, for December 2019, and it's like mid-December to mid-January. So I'm recording this it's the 16th of December today. So anyway, there must be something coming out with the 16th, because when I say things like that, or accidentally, there's usually, keep an eye on that number, on that date, then 16th of January. So anyway, so a month from now, I'll be, probably doing these reads again. So I have originally intended to put them out on by the first of every month. So, but it kind of hasn't worked that way. So it's been from mid-month to the next mid-month. So anyway, we'll see how we go. The other thing is, if it does resonate with you, please give it a thumbs up. I'm always curious to see how it resonates with people. And also, if you're watching this on Facebook, I like is the same as a thumbs up over here. So if you like it, or if it resonates with you, or if it does resonate with you and you feel somebody else might benefit from it, feel free to share it, or leave a comment. Either way, okay, or tag someone in this the other way too. That'd be cool. So anyway, getting on to it. So when I do like a quiet meditation, or have a quiet time before I could tune into each star sign, before I go into the read, of course. And as I was preparing, there was this feeling, because I had stuff over my desk, and I always give it a clear anyway. But it was like, as I was like tuning in, there was that energy of clearing stuff up, clearing stuff away. So we've just come through like a full moon, full moon period, they're calling it a full moon phase or period, whichever way you look at it. And it was on the 12th. So it's the 16th now. So you may have felt like things have come to an end, like projects and or relationships, or something that you may be working through, like on a personal level, or a mental, emotional level. You may have got your head around something, like mentally and also emotionally. So, and you may have come to a point where, so I'm hearing like for some of you who have been on, say, like a diet regime, or eating a better eating or healthy eating plan, or in conjunction with a where they go, exercise program or something, and you've reached your goal weight, or you've reached a certain point towards, that you had set for yourself before Christmas or by Christmas or something like that. And you may not, for some of you may not have actually reached your goal weight, but you'd set a target, or you'd set a goal, or your intention, something that you've put out or intended to do, you've achieved it. Okay, so there may be something like that for you, for some of you in there that you've got to a point. For some of you, and it's like, so there's some like celebration in some way when we get to coming up to the full moon or the full moon with the completion of projects. But there's also some projects that may be half done, or halfway there, like, how I was talking about before, about, you've reached a certain, target that you wanted to reach by now. There's room to celebrate for that, even though it's not kind of like, fully completed it, but you've completed that part. So it's absolutely worth freaking celebrating, freaking heck, that's an achievement. Whatever it is for you, it's an achievement, it's a celebration. So I can't say, like, if it's a small thing or a big thing, because it's like, just find small. What is small for me may be a huge thing for others, and what is huge for someone else may be, something that's small or for me to do. But at the end of the day, it's whatever it is and how you define it for you or measure it for you, it's still worth a celebration. It's in like this: celebrate the small things, celebrate the middle things, the medium things, and all the large things, all super large things. It's, like I say, it's celebrating everything, every achievement that you do, or milestone that you make, or create, or have completed, or rather. So in turn, that's where the word create comes in. There are new projects that are coming up for you. So and they're just talking about, one of the ways that they're doing was putting away things, and like before, so you can say, like, it's clearing the clutter. So you can say or see for yourself in what you've done, and it clears the way, or clears the energy, whatever it is, clears the way, the pathway, or physically, mentally, and or emotionally, depends on what it is that's going on for you, for you to continue either on the next phase, or a completely new journey, or a completely new journey, as well as continuing on with what you've already started. It just depends on where you are, where your energy levels are. So they're saying to watch where your energy levels are, if you're going to take on brand new projects as well. But I feel for some of you will be able to do that, because you're in a better space now, because you now know that actually this project took me a certain amount of energy. So now I actually feel I can, start something new as well and still do this. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're going to, it's not like it's a distraction in the way it could have been, something could have been in the past, because you're in a different mental and emotional space, and also in your heart space, So it's like, it's about not putting pressure on yourself as well. But before, you put pressure on yourself, but it was in a different frame of mind. You had a different mindset. Sorry about that. I'm just getting tongue-tied now because I can hear, and I know somebody's working through me, saying this and that. I'm getting the message, but I'm a little bit ahead of, or somebody is a little bit ahead of themselves. So it could be something like that is going on for you, where you're feeling a little bit, some of you, not all of you, maybe feeling a little bit under pressure, why I mentioned that before. And, sometimes, it's just knowing how far we go, and that it's not going to last forever. So depending on if we choose to make it last forever in our frame of mind. But I do feel a lot of you have put yourself under pressure, but And like I say, and like Spirit is saying, it's not going to be like that forever. So it's just like going with that movement and going with the momentum of what is there, so you can achieve something to get it done at a time. But making sure that you are doing it like for all the right reasons for you, like for your highest and greatest good. So, obviously, this is something, there are some things that some of you really need to get, like there's something to do with deadlines. You've set yourself and it's like you're just about there. So when you've got it completed, it's like, voila, done it. High 10, not high 5, high 10. So, yeah, and then it's like, then you can rest. So they just say, don't beat yourself up about that. Just keep going and do what it is that you need to do. So you, then you can rest. Yeah. Others of you will, like I'm just hearing, I say, Spirit is saying, there are some of you that are in this mode now with this full moon. It's been a lot less, like, oh God, intense is the word. And sometimes, the last few months, the energy has been like, oh my gosh, it's just been like energy, like full on, like with everything coming at you. I'm going to. I talk like I am, you guys as well. So I should explain that in the beginning, and because I'm actually a Gemini, but sometimes when I'm in there, because my strongest sense is clairsentient or empath. So I feel it. So I feel as though I'm actually in there. And also I will talk like I am Virgo, or the star sign that I'm working with. So anyway, and it just feels like there's been really quite intense. I've been battered and been, like things have been thrown at me and and I throw them back, and it's like, but you've got through it. But I feel like even though it's been like that, and some of it's like really exhausted, almost to exhaustion point, you've had a little bit of time to recuperate, and you're still a little bit tired, but you just keep going. So Spirit is saying, like, this energy here, and you may be feeling it now with this full moon, hasn't been as in, like energy just like bang, 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 and then also being taken from you, drawn and received and given out back. It's not as intense like that this time. It's more like, I feel like it's not just used too. It's a lot of the other star signs, in the energy for all of us has been, or most of us, I should say, has been a lot, has been less intense, depending on which degree yours is for you, and maybe a little bit more calmer. So, I think what we were in Sagittarius, so we're obviously coming into Capricorn season because it's, the month of Capricorn, their birthday coming up. So, and it's about utilizing whatever energies Sagittarius has for you to work through to achieve whatever it is that you're working through for you. Okay, whether it's momentum or the way that they, like for Capricorn, really, because they are very good at, around money matters, or issues, and sorting that out or moving with it. But then also there's that, so depending on which side you fall in, whether it's more on the shadow side or the lighter side, it's about creating balance. So the Capricorn energy for some of us may be that they're quite organized people. So it's like, there are many different other things, but that's what they're bringing me at the moment about Capricorn, as well as your own phase. So it's your own star sign. So it's about marrying them up and seeing why we are where we are in the star sign, and how it can help it when we're in this energy, how it can help us with ours to, help better either develop, improve, or utilize to get us moving in whatever way that we need to move for us. So like for me, because for me personally, there's this thing about, organization, and how, a lot of them are super friggin' organized. They like that. And I used to be super organized at one side, but then something happened in my life and I had to take a break. I think I took a little bit too long a break in some ways, but to some degree, I needed to do that. So there's the same sort of theme that's going on with you. Sometimes we just need to take a damn break, and sometimes it may be that we take that break for too long, too literally at times, and then it's about, but it's like gently going back in or quickly going back, depending on what the momentum is like for you, to get going again and whatever it is. So I'm hearing like organization, there's skills utilizing, even the Sagittarius are very organized energies as well, that their energy. So you may have felt a lot of that energy this month, um, with the Saggies, but also with the Capricorn, and coming into this month of December, there's both energies there. So you may find yourself being more organized or feeling like like you really want to make it an effort to become more organized or be more organized, and it may be that you've just like dropped the 8 ball for a little bit. So, and that's where I'm coming from, like with myself. I just dropped the 8 ball for a little bit, maybe a little bit too long, but it's now, and you in spirit of just say, it's not to say that you weren't organized to a degree, but that it's like you raising the bar basically to that, is how you are organized right now. So if you hear some scratching, it's my cat in the back room. So, and a little bit banging on that door, she can just jolly well wait. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Now, these are the Oracle energy cards that have been created by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, so this one here is the Temple Path. So, Temple Path to me is like, for me, is about, like temple. If you're thinking about it, temples are very, calming, sort of peaceful, sort of places to be. Okay, and the number 12 is associated with this temple card. And I mean, if you have a look at it, look at the beautiful, the light in there. So for me, they're seeming more like they are orbs, these beautiful golden light orbs. And it's like allowing yourself to be in that space, okay, so you can create and rejuvenate yourself and create, discover what you've created within yourself on this journey in this last year. For a lot of you, in the last 2 or 3 months, for some of you, it's like something's, been like really heightened, and it's either really pushed the death button and you're like, holy shit, and then, and that's probably started like a year or two ago. Some of you, this has gone back to about 5 or 6 years when there's something that's really like because on my hand is like what a turn. There's something like a turning of a clock, but what did I tell you? You know how you get like not like a Rubik's cube, but something there's and you've got to like the safe. You're like a safe. They're hearing like click click click. So there's something's happened where there's been a turn. Something has turned and it's clicked and it's clicked out of place. It's a bit like, and then you've just got to get the rest of the numbers or the rest of the sequence right, and like alignment to where you need to be. So it started then. It was like something's started to click into place, but it's not, and it's been clicking into place about 6 years ago. Something happened, and it's like threw you out, but now you've recovered or recovering. Okay, recovering. So anyway, going back I hope you understand whoever that is that I'm talking to with that. So you're in a like recovering. You started to recover back then. Now and it's moving. Things are starting to more click into place, and it's like, see, number 12 now. I'm just hearing that there's been 12. Some of you it has been like literally 12 months, a whole year, where things have been super intensified for you. So it's time to take a break this Christmas, and New Year's through this break, and give yourself a break. So the 1 is about new beginnings, and the 2 for me is about is about relationships. And so somebody new may be coming into your space, like so you're going to be needing to like build, on that relationship, how that looks for you, or how you want it to be, for you. So some of you, it's maybe someone that's new coming into the family, like a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law. Some of you, it's a wee little baby. A wee little baby. How bonny are they? Wow. Anyway, so welcoming in a new energy like that. So now they're just wanting to, So going back to that, so it's like, it's just being at peace, finding peace with yourself, finding a place where, like literally, where you can go, that's your temple. But the body is a really interesting place. I know some of you are going, the body is our temple. If we're looking after our temple as well. So there may be something to do with you on a personal level, on the mental, emotional side, where you've been working through stuff. And it's hit you quite hard. It's like time to be at peace with, people and, family, friends, neighbours, whatever it is, some sort of group where you are involved in that. Maybe there's, a change of dynamics and stuff like in that sort of sense for some of yous, not all of yous, but some of you. So, just, taking some time. It's about discovering you, really, at the end of the day. So this one here, Journey, is the next card that's fallen out. So they're looking at, that is, when you look at that card, she's on a journey. She's on this bridge and it's all lit up. The path behind her, a bit there, and a path in front of her, but she's in her own light and she's going on her own journey. So this isn't necessarily just because there's a female energy on there, not necessarily a female energy. I'm not necessarily talking about, or they, spirit, are not necessarily talking about spiritual, about energy. About a female person. So, okay, so there's something spiritual energy. So there may be someone in spirit that's a female energy, okay, who has passed not long ago, or someone that you have known that was like a year ago, and for some of you 6 months ago, that is connecting with you, okay, and she's on her journey, okay. The other side of it is like there is a journey for a lot of you, have come around to, a completion of a journey. So you may have, recently farewelled someone, but going back to you, there's a lot of, when I look at this, there is a signpost, and there's different paths. So really, there's that newness coming in for this year. So you might find some of you may have, new people coming into your life that are going to affect the way in which you move into next year. Okay, next year. So like for business, for career side of things, or business, and even some, some of you are like, like I say, bringing in or being introduced to, or somebody is coming into the family dynamic, somebody new into your life. Could be literally for some of you, there may be someone new that's taking you on and coming in, like, like a new love interest or a new friend interest. So that may be taking you on it. Now, so look at that. So the Magician, okay? The Magician in the Mirror. So you are the magician, and there is the mirror. Now, in that mirror that I'm hearing, when I hear that, is you are the magician. It's like looking in the mirror. Look in the mirror and see what reflects back. And there's about what you can create and who you are, okay? And I feel like some of you may be a little bit, hard on yourselves. Actually, that, like you don't feel like you've achieved enough, but actually you have. So look in the mirror and have a look, like behind you, like back. Like this is the one time you've had a look at the past. Actually a few other times, of course. But this is a time when you can look back at the past, at what you've achieved, and you know, and really there's a lot of gratitude coming and being grateful, and also just being positive about what you have achieved, and not be so bloody hard on yourselves, because, you know, um, what Spirit is saying is any achievement is good because you've made a movement, you've made change, you've created change, and you've moved. You know, there are people out there who have not. You know, so um, it's like, don't be there, don't go there. So that's number 53 in the deck. So number 5 is about energy. So everything is energy and vibration, basically. So that's why they're talking about, you know, where they talk about manifestation, about what we're thinking, is what that's what we manifest. And that's part of the law of, you know, the law of attraction, or the law of, that's one thing of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is only one component of how we manifest, you know, but it's the action too that we take on it that actually that starts to bring it in as well. So there's more to it than, you know, not all the time, but most of the time, there is actually a lot more to it than actually just the energetic side of it. It's like, I'm just asking Spirit, how, you know, about it is true that what we put out, like the energy we receive, other people other people, animals, everything around us can feel it. You know, we're not the only ones that are empathic. You know, some of us are more sensitive than others to feeling energy and also projecting it. But you know yourself, when you are in a good mood, you know, you can change the mood of everybody around you. Maybe not everybody, but pretty much, you know, the energy changes, the mood changes. Or when somebody that is, you know, like really like in a bad mood, and you notice how the energy changes. That's what they mean, Spirit are talking about there. And so when we're in this really nice space and we keep ourselves in this space, it's like, it's more for our benefit as well, but also not only, but if it's, okay, we don't go. It is more for our benefit, or it is for our benefit, but not just for our benefit, okay? If we're in that space, then there's a ripple effect, okay, or an energetic effect on everybody else. So that's where they're wanting to go with that. I think they're just trying to, like, say it in 3 different or 4 different ways, so everybody gets it, how they're trying to explain it. So that part. Okay, so basically it's about like finding the balance in that. So in yourself, basically. So and being mindful about what it is that you're thinking or feeling, and is it your crap or is it somebody else's crap? You know, so it's really that's why there's you know, Spirit always talk about, you know, that self-development, self-awareness, being mindful, you know, where did, you know, about not creating friction in the sense of something that is our own, is being mindful of that we're not doing that, you know, and where that has come from. And yes, some people just really need to be, you know, told to like snap them out of it, or get the picture from, you know, about their behavior if it's not very good. And then others, you know, you're going to be praising them or sending them lots of love and encouragement, and, you know, and you're going to be telling them that. So they're just talking about that for some reason on there. So I feel like I've gone off the track a bit, but it's all really about energy. So it's just really what they're saying is be mindful about what you put out when you're, you know, with everything at the moment, because it's quite heightened, and it's about organising yourself as well within that as well. So keeping that balance and using your energy like for your business stuff, or for your career stuff, or for even like family organising things, and that sort of keeping your perception and your awareness and your mindfulness um, alert, awake, and just being mindful in that. So the other thing is that I'm hearing that I saw this afternoon is about, so how we talk about being tolerant of people. So this could probably go for everybody, actually, whatever star sign you are, and about tolerance and how we talk about being tolerant of people. But sometimes we can be, or you can be you're too tolerant about people, because what can happen is if if we're too giving and we tolerate too much from someone or something, it can turn, bite us in the bum, where they could take too much, from us. It leaves the door open to be like, to that fit, to allow them to keep doing whatever it is that they're doing to you or saying to you, or whatever it is that for you. So that comes up in here as well. So maybe some of you may be, like on the wall with that. Okay. Or it may have been, something might be written on the wall with that for you. And so that I hope that resonates with you. So they seem to be jumping all over the place. They're just trying to get a message to quite a few people out there. Okay, so anyway, I need to wind up. So, and that's something, okay, I need to wind up. I need to say no if it's, you're allowed to say no. If you're able to need to wind up, then you need to wind up. So this is the last card that I'm going to talk about today, or draw. It's contract. Okay, so some of you may be looking into a contract in this new year. It's like, yay. And it's like, six is about, about service, and it's how can we be of service to humanity, basically. So some of you may actually be in some sort of be already doing that, or maybe thinking about doing that, and it may be like your service may be to do with family, and some of you may be actually like signing some sort of contract and balancing out the scales, because this one here is like when I picked it up, it was upside down, but I'm actually going to turn it around the correct way. So there may be something that you may have stopped looking at, or started, and maybe put that on the shelf about doing something for in the community, or for family, like on a whānau hui or something like that, or trust board, or something, whatever it is. But I'm seeing more contract for you. So I see that there is, when I see that, because there's a blindfold on there. So some of you are feeling maybe like you're going a bit blind. You're going in blind with a contract. So it's like what I hear for some of you is about having faith. For those of you who are feeling like that, it's about having faith. For some of you, it's about like ticking all the boxes, and looking at the list as to whether it is a viable opportunity or not. And others of you, there's a stack of books there, so it's about researching as well, so you can find the balance as to whether this is a good contract for you. Others of you already know that, and you are signing contracts into going into like university or something like that, or you may have already just done that, or you may be filling out the enrolment forms and waiting for confirmation for some of you about whether you've got some of you are literally are signing contracts to move forward, which is going to be bigger money for you. And moving forward, I mean like as in extended the contract for some of you up through to next year. Others of you, these are brand new contracts that have that you're looking at for next year with brand new projects. Okay. And some of you, I'm feeling like there's something like a contract in your business, like a brand new business that you're going to be starting next year. And it's like you'll be picking the keys up soon, or or almost like right in the new year. Wow, it's very, very exciting. So others of you have are looking at selling stuff, and so somebody has bought something from you, like a property or a business as well. So you're going to be like winding up something, whereas somebody else is going to be starting something. So I'm feeling more like that for a lot of you is like that contract. Two is about selling something. That's the ending of that process for you, and taking a break and then moving into something new in the new year. But I feel for a lot of you who are in that, you probably, I say in the new year, it won't be until about 6 months time. And yet others of you are like boom, straight away there's something else there. You've got another project. So in this household properties had to like go bam, go, let's go. And so you can get more into the new business property. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, anyway, that's all I have for you. I need to go. Yes, I need to go. And I kind of feel like that's not just for me. It's like yous. Yous need to go and get going and do whatever it is that you want to do. You know, and thinking about this magician in the mirror, okay? You are the magician. Look in the mirror and see what reflects back. It's you, the magician, okay? Wow. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas. God bless you, and a safe New Year, and a safe Christmas as well. And I will see you probably like mid-January, maybe at the beginning of January. Anyway, bye for now.